Today I want to take a look back at a video which gets us into a time which will be really nostalgic for us. This video was released on my channel on the 27th of August 2021, and that means it was a few days before ABBA announced the big news. And the video is called ABBA News, ABBA Voyage. New project, new music. So, as I said, the video was a few days before that big announcement, and at that point in time we had some minor teasers, and that's what I talked about in the video, and I want to watch it together with you and reminiscent of that time, because there were some very interesting thoughts and kind of predictions that I tried to do at that time. And the video description of the original upload says ABBA Voyage, 2nd September 2021. Join me on a journey through space and time to celebrate ABBA's new project, ABBA Voyage. What is it, and what do we know so far? So let's take a look at the original video together. It's happening, folks. Hey. So, this is big. ABBA is all over the world. There is a brand new website simply called ABBA Voyage. What is it? I don't know. What about ABBA's new music? I don't know. You can register and we will learn more about it very soon. But there are still a lot of things we need to discuss today, plenty of clues, and of course some rumors as well. So what do we know so far? Well, we have a name. ABBA Voyage. We have a date, September the 2nd, 2021, next week Thursday, and we have an absolutely gorgeous design and artwork for this project. This has been in the works for 5 years, when ABBA first announced the idea of a digital entertainment experience in 2016, and it's finally ready. There will be a historical event next week, Thursday evening, live from Stockholm, celebrating the future of ABBA, and it will be screened worldwide, for example in Gröna Lund, and at the film festival in Vienna. I want to know from you, were you at any of those events where they did the live screening? And if so, how was it? Let me know in the comments down below. The news are all over the world, on every possible social network and channel, including of course the official ones like ABBA the Museum, Ludwig Andersson, the son of Benny. Ludwig Andersson, the son of Benny, says, "What have we done?" And I do remember all those pictures from London with the big ABBA Voyage screens everywhere. Oh, it was so exciting. Who is in London right now watching the big promotion and who is very involved in the project. What have they done indeed? And we also heard the news from Lynn Vial, who is the house engineer and studio manager at Benny's studio, having important roles in many of Benny's solo projects, and who might also be involved in ABBA's new music, which was recorded at Benny's studio. Now, speaking of which, let's go through. As far as I know, Lynn Vial was not eventually part of the Voyage recording process. If we take a look at the background of this original video, you can see this paper thing with the logo ABBA Voyage and the 4, planets or sunsets. And it was the 27th of August, and they just announced this with the logo, with these pictures. And I went into the town and had this produced exclusively or specially just for this video to put it in the background. And this is the original paper thing that I put in the background of that video. That was really cool. I had no idea what was to come, as you can see in the video. All the stories and news from the last few days, and let's find out what ABBA Voyage could be. Because first of all, last week someone spotted these chairs and ABBA bags inside Benny's studio facilities, but no one really knew what was going on. So I'm, to be honest, still not quite sure what was going on till this day. I have no idea. So if someone knows, now 5 years later, let us know in the comments below. Perhaps this is where the big event next week will be happening. Then there was an interview with ABBA guitarist Janne Schaffer, who just casually mentioned that ABBA would be releasing a new album this fall.
ABBA is releasing an album this autumn.
And just a day before the official teaser of ABBA Voyage, the British tabloid newspaper The Sun reported that ABBA will release their first new music next Friday, September the 3rd. They were actually the first to report about ABBA's project with its actual name, ABBA Voyage, so I wouldn't entirely rule out any other new information they gave us. They explained that Voyage is a new documentary-style film following ABBA's comeback from making music to the creation of the hologram show in London. This is interesting because this quote is half true. ABBA Voyage was not a documentary-style film. Unfortunately, I'm not in favor of the concert residency, but of course, a documentary-style film about the process of Voyage would have been amazing, and they have so much footage, but no one is caring about it. So unfortunately, we've never had a documentary, but it says following their comeback from making music to the creation of a purpose-built theater in East London for the holograms show, which is not holograms but avatars, which is due to open next May, was correct. Interesting. So this news was half right and half wrong. Which is due to open in May 2022. This reminded me of an interview that Björn did in London 2 years ago, where he was asked about his opinion on something like an ABBA biopic. This is what he had to say.
Of course, Bjorn, in 1977, ABBA the movie came out. Do you think it's time to reignite the biopic, update ABBA's story?
Yeah, that's what we're doing with the avatars.
So we can speculate if this is indeed a cinematic journey through ABBA's legacy, perhaps completely immersive with a virtual reality experience, together with live music, ABBA's archival vocals, and of course, ABBA's avatar holograms. It sounds to me like they have a fascinating concept for this entire experience, especially if we take a closer look. On the ABBA Voyage website, it says Aniara Limited 2021, the company behind this project. And when we do our little research, we see that one of the 5 people involved is Benny's son Ludwig, having the role as director and producer. Now, what does Aniara mean? Aniara is in fact the name of an epic science fiction poem from 1956, written by the Swedish author Harry Martinson. It is about a spacecraft Aniara, which escapes from destruction on Earth and, during its journey through space and time, leaves the solar system and floats on without destination. There is also a Swedish film from 2018 based on this story, which is set in a dystopian future where our planet Earth is being destroyed by climate change, and that's quite a topical subject in this day and age, unfortunately. So, did they use this concept as some form of inspiration for the new project? It reminds me of Björn and Benny's musical Kristina från Duvemåla, where they used the novels from another Swedish author, Vilhelm Moberg's The Emigrants, which were also written in a similar time period, with one of the 4 books being from 1956, the same year that Aniara was published. And that was very interesting and got me quite excited, this Aniara story and possible concept for Voyage, the show by ABBA. Aniara, I'm not sure, I'm not familiar with the story itself. Maybe one of you is and can let us know if there are references in the Voyage show about Ariana. But I would guess it was probably that science fiction atmosphere that they tried to recreate in the ABBA Voyage show, kind of, with some of the scenes like Summer Night City with the planets, the introduction with the visitors and ABBA beaming up, something like that. Maybe more capturing the vibe of Aniara than anything else in terms of story. But that was very interesting back then. Maybe the story of Aniara is a loose inspiration, maybe they simply took its name for the production company. At least the entire design so far is science fiction themed, it is out of this world, it spreads out into the universe, and we have this entire black frame with 4 stages of a solar eclipse, perhaps representing all 4 members of ABBA, and in unison, rising again. And now I want to know your opinion about ABBA Voyage. What do you think of it, and what does it mean to you? I really love hearing from all of you, I truly mean this, and I also want to take this opportunity to really thank each and every single one of you who left a comment over those past few months, who liked my videos, and who subscribed to my channel, even though I never ask any of it. Thank you very much. Alright, until then, hey do! Am I dreaming or is it all real? That's really how it felt, with all this big push and promotion and rumors and mystery going on. And then 1 week later, the Voyage project was revealed by Björn and Benny at that live event, the show and the announcement that we did a brand new album with ABBA. 10 new songs. It was out of this world. It really was. I think I literally had to pinch myself, but I do remember when I first saw the footage of Agneta, Frida, Benny, Björn in the studio. I again literally melted down in my chair and started to cry. I couldn't believe it. It felt so warm and familiar, like how they ended in 1982 at the piano, and here they were, just 35 years later. All that time had passed so quickly, even though I wasn't born in 82 already, but I did wait, or not even wait. I never expected this, but some time passed in my life as an ABBA fan, not expecting anything like this, and suddenly it did happen. So, what a time to be alive! What a time to have experienced this, the whole thing, and the album. I'm still over the moon whenever I listen to The Voyage, the 9th album by ABBA, and I want to know from you, what do you remember? How were your feelings, and how are your feelings today, now, 5 years later? I hope you enjoyed this, going through this old video, these expectations of mine, the news when they were fresh, when they were brand new, and we really didn't know anything. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching, and again, still, thank you very much for being here all those years later. Alright, until then, hey do.